All right.
Wraps up Nintendo.
Third party. We're about an hour into part 2. Let's burn through these, and then we'll get to. I hate this scroller on the mouse. We'll get through these, and then we'll really go through our. Is this the year for it quickly? But we welcome all the way from Alaska. It's DQP.
Howdy, howdy. How's it going?
We're pretty good. We're hyped
Digging
up
the
on some
Avatar.
E3, and
Aren't we all?
we hope you're ready to talk about some third parties. And I think these questions are actually quite well tailored for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. Well,
right,
then,
so-
shall we begin?
Let's
Sort
do
of
that.
doesn't
We'll
do
start
what it
with
is.
talking about Square Enix. And Square Enix gives Final Fantasy 15 a release month for the United States.
No, they've already announced that it's not going to appear at E3, so
Yeah, I
I think
read
this is
that
pretty much
too.
a given.
That is sad. And it just makes me wonder, like, maybe the outside chance they pull a surprise. But even still, I think a release month would be way too out of the question. I think it would be like, if it were for the US, it'd be early 2015.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, like maybe a release year, like maybe
Yeah.
if they say like, okay, we're going to talk more about Final Fantasy 15 next year, or
Yeah.
this game is going to come out in 2016 or something like that. So maybe a year, but probably not.
I feel like maybe TGS.
Yeah,
Just kinda-
either
Yeah,
that,
probably.
or I think they've also said that they're planning their own event. They want to announce it kind of on their own terms, so maybe that they're also doing that.
Yeah.
That crap, it can't be like, well, it's probably take another 2 years kind of deal. That shit's been in development forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, though I am glad that they revealed Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD as December 2nd. They gave that little tease of 3 at the end.
Yeah.
So that
Well-
was pretty good.
At least that's something. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Right. So all of us said no. We had 25.6% of Smidges say yes. So I think, these questions were made a couple weeks ago, and once, Square Enix said, we're not doing E3, like, that
That
makes
one's
the
done.
no choice a lot easier. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Next question. A new game in one of the following franchises is revealed. Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead.
Well, I mean,
Uh-huh.
in the forums, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say yes because I've been waiting for a new one of these for like a really long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, enough Dota, enough living room nonsense.
Yeah.
I want a new game from Valve. Like, and I don't care if it's Half-Life 3 or if it turns out to be like Day of Defeat 2. I don't even know. But I want a new game from Valve, and I want one like really, really soon.
Like I just kind of motioned over to Yoko. No, maybe.
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 I think the best chance is Left 4 Dead 3. I could definitely see it showing up as a Microsoft, like a third-party exclusive sort of
Yeah.
thing. Valve usually doesn't go to
Well, I
E3,
mean,
but they can certainly make a surprise appearance.
Yeah, I could definitely see Left 4 Dead, especially.
Well, they did have that. They had that Source Engine 2 leak
Yep.
Yep.
that had the Left 4 Dead 2 screenshot that was like really, really good looking.
So
So
Left 4 Dead 3.
you never know.
Yeah.
You did also have the Counter-Strike former developer who's now no longer with Valve, but he says that Left 4 Dead 3 and Half-Life 3 are in development. I mean, so you don't know, can't take that total face value.
I don't believe anything about Half-Life 3 that I read.
I think we all said no, just to be safe, and 15.4% of Smidges said yes. But I think if any has the best chance, I think you're right. Half-Life. Or,
Left 4 Dead.
oh dear, Left 4 Dead 3 wouldn't have the best chance of showing up. At
Maybe
that
they should
conference.
just put the bullet in the brain and just call it Half-Life Forever.
And then it'll just be guaranteed terrible.
Yeah.
At least everyone will finally have the right expectations for it. So when it comes out, it'll be like, well, it's like, oh, thank God it was good, or, well, it was called Forever.
Yeah.
Last question for you.
Half-Life the pre-sequel.
Right.
Last question for you, DQP. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, will have a new trailer shown at either the Microsoft or Sony conference.
Well, again, Kojima like more or less confirmed that there's going to be a new trailer.
Yes.
But the thing is that he also mentioned that it's like some people are going to be uncomfortable watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't know if it's going to be at one of the conferences or if it's just going to be like a little press release or I don't know. I say probably it's going to show up at one of the conferences.
We all say yes. 87.2% of Smidges say yes. I think we're absolutely right. He did say that he's working on a trailer. He's in the edit room. He did say it's going to be hard to watch. It's going to be disturbing.
I hope I don't have to have played at Ground Zeroes to understand it.
We'll see about that.
Hey, you're talking to somebody. You're talking to somebody who's only played the first two. So
Okay.
don't worry about being lost, Tony.
But it's my favorite series.
Apparently, if you don't play all the games of it, maybe it's not.
maybe not.
And again, Paper Mario is one of my favorite, and I still haven't touched.
No, Sticker
Right.
Star is god awful, dude.
Yeah, don't play Sticker Star. It'll hurt you.
Here's the thing, though. One of my favorite things to come out of last year's E3. I mean, yeah, Smash stuff aside, that Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer from last year, I still love it. It's still
that was
the
pretty
best,
damn good.
the best trailer that came out last year.
Bar none.
One of my favorites. I cannot wait to see a new one. And I think it's going to be Sony this year. Yeah, Microsoft had Kojima out last year just to do like the, hey, it's coming to Xbox One too. But
Here's our new friend.
But Kojima knows that PlayStation 4 is the place that is going to be the best looking game. He implemented a weather system on Ground Zeroes on PS4 that was on no other system.
Yeah.
So it just looked that much better.
It's a
scares me
historic.
because- Go ahead.
It's a historically PlayStation franchise.
Yep.
So I think that it would be natural for Kojima to show up at Sony's conference to say, "Hey, we got Phantom Pain coming to PS4 as well. This is what PS4 is going to get over Xbox One." So.
Super, do you remember when Sonic 06 had that weather and like day to night?
Had the weather, had the day, the night, had a lot of state features, and then the build we got was before E3.
Yep.
Wow. All right,
The
DQP.
demo was
All
deleted
new
build.
dust physics.
There you go. Right. You're a big boss in your Kiefer predictions. sir.
Uncompressed audio.
Well, as for Big Boss, EA mentioned long ago that Visceral was working on a new Star Wars game. I think they're going to bring back 1313.
Yep. Good prediction. Strong big boss.
Wow.
Yeah, Star Wars 1313. Kind of just, it was lost with LucasArts and that whole transition.
Yeah.
It had so much potential. Like I
It
really
really
wanted to see
did.
what they could do
It looked
with like
great.
an M-rated, mature Star Wars story about bounty hunters. I mean, that's
That
awesome.
sounds-
And I'll tell you
sounds
what,
fun.
working with Industrial Light and Magic, like, they can make stuff look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring that to video games. Yes, I agree with that.
I
That'd
was
be
hyped
great.
for 1313, so I will hope they bring it back.
Yep.
And your Kiefer.
My Kiefer, this is a little out there. I actually dreamt about this once. This is where I got the idea.
Okay.
Valve is going to show up at one of the conferences. I can't decide whether it's going to be Microsoft or Sony. Probably
Okay.
Sony.
Nintendo.
They're going to. It would be pretty awesome if they showed up at Nintendo's event, if only so that they had like hats. But that's beside the point. They're going to show up at the conference, and they're going to announce a new Steam application that gives the console sort of big picture in-home streaming functionality.
Oh, man. That's Kiefer.
That's a Kiefer.
And I'll tell you what, I think that would be more Sony. You already have the PlayStation 3 and Steam partnership. I think if any
Yep.
one of those is more likely, out of that pretty out there situation as it is, I think Sony would be the more likely option.
Yeah, it would be pretty sweet.
All right, very nice. Well, DQP, thank you for joining us, and
Yep.
we hope you have a wonderful E3.
Of course, you guys too.
All
Take
right,
care.
man. We'll see ya. More third parties. Bring it on. We keep it going with a familiar face and
Of all.
a wonderful friend of the podcast here. Let's get him connected here in the call. And we welcome to Show Me Your News, the E3 call-in show, Darker Eye.
What is up, party people?
We missed you, man. How are you?
Oh, so much has happened to me since I was last on the show.
I
Yeah.
know it, right?
Wow. Ah.
But you're here. You're talking E3.
Yes.
We've got some good questions for you here.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
So,
I should
did
pull up
I
the answers.
did I skip one of these?
I don't think so. No.
There was one of these. Oh, I may have missed one.
I don't think you
What?
skipped any.
I don't see any skips.
Really? You did 3. No, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was just one question that I asked, and I'm like, where is that one? Because I thought we were going to ask about Mass Effect.
Well, we will.
We
Yeah.
will.
We will.
All looks good on my end.
Am I just missing it?
Uh,
I just don't see it on this list.
You're actually correct. I don't see you. I don't see
What are you talking
Mass Effect on this list.
I just paused it, so I don't know.
Okay, we're pausing. I'm making an edit point
Yeah.
here.
Hold on.
I have it as Resident Evil, Mass Effect.
Yep.
We
Mass Effect
absent
is missing.
from.
Yeah, Mass Effect is missing as a question.
3, 6, 9. And what did I do an extra of?
Probably.
Oh,
Third party?
I duplicated the absent from question. Okay, I see it.
Yep, I see it.
All right, and in 3, 2, 1. And we actually have a Mass Effect question here, so that's gonna be really good here for you. But let's start with the first question, Darker Eye. Capcom reveals a new Resident Evil game.
I'm saying yes on that. There's rumors about that. Now this does not have to be a proper numbered game, right?
It does not have to be, but
Yeah,
I think a lot of people think that it would be for a next generation console, but it does not have to be.
Well, there's a rumor going around about Resident Evil Enhanced Veronica. I don't know anything about Resident Evil. I just saw that news story, so I think I'm saying yeah. I think it's safer to say yes, this will happen than it is to say no, it won't. I don't think anyone wants it to happen after 6, but when has Capcom ever done what people wanted?
Well, I have to say, as somebody who watched all the Resident Evil games, my roommate went through them all before 5 came out because we were hyped for 5, and that was unfortunate. But Code Veronica was my favorite, so
Yeah.
that would be cool. And it's funny enough though, he said it was his least favorite to play. So narratively, it kicked ass. So maybe they can fix that up.
Okay. I don't know too much about Resident Evil. I'm looking to play 4 this year, and that's a glaring oversight in my library.
I
Super,
started
you-
for. It's not good.
Interesting. Super, you said yes as well.
I did.
Any reason why?
Resident Evil has so many side quills and
Yeah.
other stories. Like, the only way they'd surprise me is if they didn't do anything. It's either going to be a game or a movie,
Yeah,
and
right.
it's going to be one of those things. I know it's coming. It'd be the only way it'd surprise me is if they didn't do anything.
Did 6 do well?
It sold pretty well, but in Capcom's eyes, I think they were expecting a lot more because they spent so much on the budget. So I don't think it was a financial success necessarily.
Maybe they'll listen to us, but they won't.
And thank God we've got budgets so high that games that sell 5 million are considered financial failures, right?
Right, and Tomb Raider, yeah.
Yeah, Square was on Tomb Raider's ass. You didn't do good. And I'm like, you haven't made a good game in ever.
35.9% of Sminges said yes for a new Resident Evil game. I'm just concerned. Capcom already revealed a lot of their E3 lineup with Ace Attorney Trilogy to 3DS. Yes. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and all that stuff. So if they come up with a surprise, I mean, that'd be good. I mean, Dead Rising 3 was a good surprise last year, I guess. So
Yeah.
debatable, I know.
It was a good surprise. I liked what I saw, so I just
never-
didn't hear that the finished product was all that great.
I don't know, I never liked Dead Rising to begin with, so.
Yeah, did I?
But now it's coming to PC. Dead Rising 3 on PC, and that's apparently a big deal for Capcom this year, so go figure.
PC Capcom.
Next question. EA will reveal the next Mass Effect game.
Nah.
No.
Ah, really? Interesting.
I don't think it's near ready enough.
I don't either.
Now, we did discuss this yesterday, but I don't think it's there yet.
They showed some pictures of the development team working on it. I think it's the same sort of logic of the Halo 5. I'm not saying demo level,
Yeah.
but I think a teaser trailer.
I think the teaser trailer is the closest they can get right now. It really just depends on whether or not they're going to try and use older assets to try and show off the teaser trailer, or if it's going to be a full CGI teaser trailer.
Right.
The way EA does things, that's going to be something pre-rendered.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't. I mean, that's their MO pretty much. I would not be surprised to see a teaser for Mass Effect 4, or whatever they're gonna call it.
Whatever they
But
call it.
you know, it's got to be a yes or a no, and I'm just gonna say no. It's just
Okay.
I don't think it's there.
See, another reason I say yes is that EA has said, and they said this about a week or two ago, they're going to reveal 6 new games at their conference. Now, one of them has already been leaked. It's Battlefield Hardline. They did a terrible job keeping that secret on lockdown from the title, some screenshots, and then the trailer. Like, that's like, looks like to be their big game. It's a spin-off, cops and robbers sort of thing, but they let that secret slip. But you have a lot more games there, and I think Mass Effect that might be one of them. So I said yes. But 35.9% of SMYN has also joined me in saying yes. So
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, this. It could easily happen. It could easily not happen. It's just I had to make a choice, and I guess I'll say no.
okay, all right. And the last question for you here, kind of bridging the gap between EA and Ubisoft, but the Wii U. The Wii U is completely absent during EA and Ubisoft's conferences. Now this means, you can't have like a Just Dance at Ubisoft and it has like a little Wii U logo at the end of the trailer. That doesn't count as absent.
Yep. As long as the Wii U logo shows up, that is not completely absent.
See,
So,
here's what I say. According to Neil Ronigan of Nintendo World Report, who I've met the guy personally. I know him. I trust what he says. He got an insider report that Ubisoft is not showing anything that will be on 3DS or Wii U at E3.
I'd believe it.
Wow.
So I'd say we're not even going to get a Just Dance with a little Wii U logo on there. As for EA, I'd say EA is not as much of a sure thing. But I think it's more likely no than yes. Again, it's just one of those things where I have to make a choice, and if I don't like EA, so my choice is going to be no. But
So I
Ubisoft,
guess that means no more Rayman, because they probably put
Yeah.
Rayman on Wii U.
Yeah, if they do another one, and so soon, especially.
They had a Rayman sale last week, and I was pissed because I bought Rayman 2 like 2 days
Oh.
before they did that. I'm like, I hate
Man.
you guys.
good.
I was among the 56.4% who said yes, that it's completely absent. It's going to be interesting to see if Nintendo does a third-party role this year during the digital event.
Right.
Because who's there?
Sega?
Who's helping the third party? Yeah, Sonic Boom's there. Maybe like a couple Warner Brothers games. But I think
Probably
EA's
some
backed
Disney.
out, and I totally believe that Ubisoft is backed out too.
I hope Nintendo just comes out there and like, we're gonna talk about third parties. Fuck third parties.
Yeah,
We're done.
I think the Wii U's at the point now where unless we see a major turnaround, third party is gone from Wii U.
Yeah, it's sad to say, but I agree.
It's,
All right.
Another GameCube generation.
Yeah. Darker Eye, your big boss and Kiefer predictions.
Well, I would like to propose that we also now do liquid predictions, which are like Big Boss predictions, but they're inferior and no one cares about them. In which case, Watch Dogs was very successful, and we're going to see a sequel by the end of the year.
favorite character.
I just wanted a chance to throw in how much I was so upset that Watch Dogs is.
Crap.
Oh my god, it's not finished.
So disappointing.
It could have been really good. It wasn't really good. The story's atrocious, like in every way, and fuck Watch Dogs. I'm not. It's a fun game. You could buy it for $20. Don't buy it for $1 more than $20.
I want to plug this Super Bunny Hop, which did those Metal Gear retrospectives. They're working with they're on the Gerard's like networky thing now, so they're moving up in the world. But they did a Watch Dogs review, and he was saying that it's just kind of not terrible, but kind of a mess, just unfocused. The ending's insane. There are spoilers at the end, but he does tag it,
So instead of the drops we've been doing the whole episode, I'll just do brother. And that's your liquid.
For my Big Boss prediction, I believe that there's going to be out of the major conferences, there's going to be one that everyone considers is the clear loser, and Super is going to call them Best of Show.
Strong.
That's good. That's good. He admits it. He admits
It's
it.
not Kiefer. Because, I mean, it's going to happen.
It's pretty true.
I don't know. That year, everyone was a loser. So I just chose
man.
I just chose the clear loser. At least they entertained me with how bad they were.
Yeah.
Everyone was bad.
So for my Kiefer prediction, so of course lately, it was much more recent when I first thought up this Kiefer prediction, which is several months in the making. Recently we had Microsoft have a new CEO take over, and I've seen reports that ever since he took over, there's been heavy pressure from stockholders and chairmen and chair people and everything that Microsoft does not like the fucking Xbox brand. I'm sorry, I shouldn't swear on Show Me News, but Microsoft as an overall company really hates the Xbox brand. It only very recently started making profits for them, if rumors are to be believed, and he's under a lot of pressure to just dump it. So I think this year we're going to see Microsoft shockingly announce that the Xbox brand is going to be sold. But to who? We'll see. The Xbox's bigger problem in the overall gaming market is that it does not succeed in Japan at all. And I believe many of us can agree that is a big place where it's missing out, and that is why Sony has such dominance. They are a strong force in both Western and Eastern markets. So who is having success in the Eastern market, but not in the Western market? So this E3, we will hear an announcement that Nintendo is buying the Xbox brand from Microsoft, and the Xbox One will be the Wii U successor, on which we will have all of our new Nintendo games and all of our old Microsoft IPs, meaning that we will finally get Banjo-Kazooie back in Nintendo's hands.
That's Kiefer. That is the craziness of the Kiefer prediction.
I was hoping
Yeah.
you'd go a slightly, almost as crazy route where Sega buys them and enters the race again.
Sega Sammy.
Sega again. Though the PS4 not doing that well in Japan right now.
Really?
Well, the console market in general has been failing in Japan, but
Yeah.
if you compare it to Microsoft,
Right.
it's worlds better.
Right.
In Japan.
Well, it's still just not as strong as they were hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox isn't even a thing. Like 360 wasn't even like a thing over there. They kept releasing like JRPGs by
They
like the
tried,
Final Fantasy
yeah.
creators, and they sold like not even 1 million copies. I'm like, that's some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate for my prediction that Sony's not doing quite as well right now in Japan, because obviously I said I thought this up a few months ago. PS4 wasn't even out in Japan when I came up with
Yeah,
it, so
that's true.
Right.
could have gone a little better, but I actually I can't say that this was an entirely original idea. It was I talk a lot about Nintendo World Report and Radio Free Nintendo. On Radio Free Nintendo, they actually had a very serious sit-down discussion about how this could be a very real option for Nintendo. Not one they're ever going to do,
No.
but like they talked about how it could possibly benefit both companies, how it could realistically happen, although we all know it's not going to happen.
No.
And I think it's worth a listen.
Makes
Xbox-
a great Kiefer.
The Xbox could sell
Yes.
a couple brands that it owns,
Possible.
which could be Banjo-Kazooie.
there you
I
go.
think I definitely think there's going to be some consequences to, like, on a less Kiefer note, more of a serious note. I think there are going to be consequences as to how the Xbox brand is not popular amongst shareholders and chair people in Microsoft. So
That is interesting
Let's
because
keep an eye
Sony
out for that. Yeah.
Sony's struggling on quite a few fronts, but the PlayStation is profiting them.
And you're
Yes.
talking about shareholders. Nintendo having a shareholders meeting at the end of the month, and you'll get Iwata's approval rating.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big E3 for that as well.
Iwata has to come out swinging.
Yep.
yeah,
And he's sick. So
if I'm correct in remembering, I believe that he said 2 years ago that if there's 2 more consecutive years of loss, then he's resigning. So
yeah. So there may be changes there as well. All right, Darker, I thank you for being on the
And you
E3
will
call-in
go
show. Great
directly
predictions.
to
Great.
jail.
it was very wonderful to be on, and I hope you all enjoy the live shows. I know many of us are planning calls in the Skype room, so not only you three, but if anyone else is listening to this after the fact, please join us on Skype. We are going to be listening to most of the conferences live, and we would love to have you all.
Should be a lot of fun. All
All
right,
right,
we'll see ya.
Talk to y'all later.
All right, bye. We have some third-party questions left here, and let's
And
actually
then we get into
burning through Dem Games.
Damn
And we are
game.
joined by Kind King 01.
Sup, guys?
Hey, how are you?
The kind
Good.
king
How are
himself.
you?
We're good. We're talking some third parties, and we're going to start with Ubisoft ends their conference with a new game reveal that is one not already confirmed to exist by Ubisoft, and they do this again. So this is the Watch Dogs surprise reveal. This is the Division reveal. This isn't Assassin's Creed Unity. This isn't Far Cry 4.
This is new.
This is new. They try to steal the show at the end again. Do you think it's going to happen?
Just going by history, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know
What
what it
happened to
could
the
be,
division?
because
I put nothing on that.
I would assume it would be an Assassin's Creed or a Far Cry, but those are already out. So
Mm-hmm.
again, but I think they have one more card up their sleeve.
Yeah, I think they have a surprise. And you're saying you haven't heard much about the division. You haven't seen much about it. It's supposed to be at E3, but the game's delayed to 2015. They will be showing it during their conference. So they had the Division teaser trailer, and it was like 4 seconds of video, and then like text like, "See it at E3, the Division. Here's all the the engine and all that." That was a terrible tease.
That's more than Pokemon Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire showed.
That's true.
That's debatable. But I think they do have a real. And we had 82.1% of SMYN just say that they are going to do this again. We all said that they're going to do it.
Yep.
It's something that they like to do. I think the other question is, are they going to bring Aisha Tyler back for a third year in a row? I think they're trying to go more.
I didn't know
different
she was the
celebrities this
chick
year.
from Archer last year.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah.
like
Lana.
infinitely more cool to me now.
Lana.
Lana.
Lana. So I
I hate
think
Blackwater. Huh.
we'll get to talking about it, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think it's Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think Michelle Ancel is gonna reveal that, and I think this is the year for that, and I think it's gonna be their surprise.
I hope it's South Park, but it won't be.
Another South Park?
I think they were talking about if they. I think Matt said if it did good, they would make another one. And it did good, so
It did, but gosh, do they have the
No,
time
it's too
to
soon,
devote to that?
but
It is too soon.
I just want it so bad because
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's too soon to make a trailer, though. I mean, these guys pump out an episode in a week sometimes.
that is true.
So, like, using their art style, they could, and the fact that the game art style wouldn't change.
No.
Like, they have all the assets, then they just have to recraft the story and make a new thing out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely possible we could have a new South Park game on like the same level of quality as Stick of Truth by next year, easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
recreating.
God, they're gonna be the Ubisoft annual machine too. They're gonna join that because they're like
Yeah.
legacy with their show.
Yeah, and we have to clarify again with this question. Like, it doesn't count. Like, if a podcast says it's being worked on, or if they've talked to Ubisoft, like, we've seen promotional material for Assassin's Creed
Yep.
Unity. We've seen the box art for Far Cry 4. It's not a surprise if that ends the show.
Yeah.
It is a surprise if we've seen that one that's like rumored to be happening, maybe, but Ubisoft's not confirming it. Like, it's not the same. Grand Theft Auto 5 makes the jump to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Yes or no?
I said no to this one.
Oh.
Just the fact that it came out less than a year ago, I don't see it jumping to next gen because they built that game for the last gen systems.
Yeah.
I don't see them turning it over so quickly just for next gen.
Seeing a reveal, on the other hand, for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, I doubt that.
There's there's IGN Beyond, and they were talking about like their predictions. They were thinking Grand Theft Auto on Vita, but it would be the Los Santos stories.
That'd be interesting.
Kind of like they had Vice City stories or whatever it was called
Liberty City
on
Stories.
Right.
or Liberty City Stories. That's right on PSP. Like they do something like that, spin off stuff on
Wars.
Vita.
I can see that.
That'd be a big get for Sony.
I would definitely see a Grand Theft Auto something for a different system. A new Grand Theft Auto, yes. The remake for a new system, no.
Yeah. So I said no, and it kind of goes in hand like the PC as well. Like that's, I don't know if that's an E3 reveal. I think that's something that Rockstar does on their own. But I think it would be a cool get for one of either Microsoft or Sony if they do come and say like.
What did I put? I don't
totally too.
remember.
You put yes.
I feel like it could be a thing, but
It could be.
Bully
No,
2, I could see.
There's
they
the
probably
chance.
they're probably still counting their money from just the sales they've gotten.
Right.
Yeah, they would have to make it a little bit more than what it is because they sold millions of copies. Do I just buy the next gen system copy because it looks a little bit prettier, or do they add more features into it?
Yeah, I think just continue making online stronger. Yeah. We had 30.8% of SMYN just say yes. Destiny, from Activision, has a stage demo during either the Microsoft or Sony conference.
From Bungie.
I said
Yeah,
yes. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Bungie is the developer, but Activision the publisher. And apparently spending $500 million on that game. $500 million!
What?
Like the biggest video game budget ever, Destiny.
How much was Grand Theft Auto 5?
God, it has to be 250,
Yeah.
maybe 300,
That's
around there.
Are you kidding? That's not going to make near as much money
No.
as Grand Theft Auto 5.
No, it's not.
Activision, I don't know. I mean, Destiny, it sounds like you might have a subscription fee, maybe.
And they're thinking a long-term plan for the game, always growing. So
Yeah,
this is not just your normal video game.
What if it bombs? I don't hear anyone talking about it.
It's because they don't release anything. All they do is
Yep.
a Bungie weekly update, and they're like, hey, here's this new little thing. Those little things have added up, and they'll probably cover that within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then for the next probably 20 minutes of talking about Destiny somewhere along this E3, Destiny's going to make a huge stage presence, I'm thinking.
But it's supposed to come out September 9th. So I'm sorry, Ken.
I think that's a huge risk on a new IP, though.
It really is. But that's Titanfall. That's
It's a new Halo,
a
basically.
lot of these new IPs this year. Microsoft or Sony conference. You say yes.
I said yes. It's interesting though. I want to know, it's either or for the question, but will they show up at Microsoft or Sony? Because
Sony.
it is Bungie, and it's okay, they've been in bed with Microsoft before, but I think they'll go for Sony now because they want to further themselves as far as they can from Xbox.
Sony is getting on board the exclusive DLC and content train.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, between the two, I'd 99% guarantee it for Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Titanfall in a way, and not necessarily because it's not exclusive or anything, but Microsoft was kind of investing in Titanfall. Sony's putting cash into Destiny.
Yeah.
I'd say that's similar to Kojima last year. I'm going to go on Microsoft stage because I haven't done that before, and it's unique. And
I know, they went on Sony's stage last year, but I would see it again. I would imagine seeing that again.
Yeah.
But also Bungie is also having the legal dispute with Marty O'Donnell, the composer. He's suing Bungie for unpaid damages. So I don't know if they necessarily want the ties with Microsoft and all that
that's
now,
messed up.
especially with all the Halo stuff going on.
Yeah.
And here's Bungie, awkward. So, those are your three questions. Do you have a Big Boss and Keeper prediction for us?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's hear them.
For Big Boss, Nintendo's already announced that Animal Crossing Plaza, that little add-on they had for the Wii U version, that goes away in December. So I'm assuming they're going to announce a new Animal Crossing Wii U, whatever new version, for the Wii U that comes out in December. So once the Plaza goes away, the new Wii U version will have a app similar to that that'll take its place.
Yeah, that's a Big Boss prediction. and I'm saying it that way because that was mine. It was one of mine. I had three ready, so I still have a couple. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
My addition to that is I think that is a game that involves the Nintendo figure platform heavily.
Absolutely.
In addition to that, so
Absolutely.
I agree with your Big Boss prediction. I do definitely see that happening.
And they're probably going to
Not definitely happening, but I could see it happening.
And they're probably going to make it so you can transfer your character or your items over from the 3DS version into the Wii U.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Or you unlock, like people say, you get a Mario figure, you get Mario themed furniture.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Mario visits the town.
Yeah, Mario is in town and he's like, he's a cat. He's a cat and Mario.
That'd be hilarious if he was literally just wearing the cat suit, but everyone treated him like a literal cat.
Yes.
He has a sweat drop on his eye the entire time.
What about your Kiefer prediction?
My Kiefer prediction is that because Namco Bandai is working with Sakurai in the new Smash Bros., we will see a new Katamari Damacy game for the Wii U.
Ooh. Nah, Kiefer.
That would be the system to put it on, I would say.
Yeah, it would be the system to put it on. I mean, you have the gamepad and you roll it and collect more things. I could see that.
They had that one Touch My Katamari game for the Vita where you use the back
That's
and
right.
front touchpad. So I
That's
see
right.
it seems like a natural progression for the Wii U.
No, I agree. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Kind King, thank you for your time. And
Thank you, guys.
Your contributions. Have a great E3, all right?
You too. See you guys.
And you are out.
All right.
See you.
We're not going to do the da-da-da-da yet, though.
No.
All right. One last great third-party question, and then we start burning through these picks for games. And we have...
Oh, no, don't. Just remembering his manga.
Oh, his manga, the one that won the
Holy
contest?
Yeah.
Hey,
Holy
it's
shit.
Moses.
Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. Oh my god.
What?
Things are happening, apparently.
I did
looked at
not
the
know
clip.
this. I did not expect this. Sorry, guys.
Oh, what?
Sorry. I just had to run. There was a stink bug in the house.
Okay.
Did you hear me scream?
No.
Maybe
A little bit, I guess.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the entrance I was expecting, but
All right, Major Moses, welcome.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
We're doing great. How are
dealing with
you?
those plagues, I see.
Well, welcome to the E3 call-in show. Everything all right with you?
Yeah, 1 second. Evan, just go take care of it. All right, Evan, go.
Just take care of it. It's the mob. You're gonna hit. You're gonna go put
Gotta
a
take
couple
care of
bullets in the head.
So yeah, ready to answer some questions. I did tell Sorty that I was gonna give you a review of my pizza that I just ate. It was pepperoni and pineapple.
That's an
Okay.
interesting combination.
No, I get that all the time. I usually add ham, but I mean that's normally normal.
That's like a Hawaiian with pepperoni.
It was so good.
Nice.
All right, solid.
So anyway,
So we're gonna ask you a last third-party question, then we'll move on to these games. You know, is this the year for them? And those are gonna take quickly. So we're gonna just get some more Big Boss and Kiefer predictions in here soon.
sounds good.
Question for you: a game is revealed in a series in which its last title installment was released at least 10 years ago. Now, last year this was Killer Instinct.
Yep.
So, what game are they bringing back in a franchise, if at all? First of all, is that happening?
Yes, I mean it happened 2 years ago with Zombie U. Happened last year with Killer Instinct, like you said. I think it's just a really easy question to say yes to, because there's so many games that
That's
just
interesting. Half the
aren't
people
gonna
said
get,
no.
or just haven't had anything in a very long time. It could be any one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Now it's kind of split pretty close down the middle. 48.7% of SMYN just said yes.
I'm pretty sure we had an uneven amount of people too
Yeah.
submit, so this is literally down the middle
Yeah,
as best
it's
you
pretty
can.
close. But
Wow.
both you and Tony said no. Why?
Yeah, I just think I wasn't really thinking too hard about it, and then I started remembering that some video games that I grew up with are more than 10 years now.
Yeah,
So-
we're getting old.
We're getting old,
It
and
happens.
I would personally believe that even if I saw a Paper Mario that went returned to its roots, I would say that works, because those other ones, those aren't Paper Marios. They aren't.
Unfortunately,
No one-
I don't think that.
I
No one
don't
considers
don't think that would work.
It would work in my eyes, and
In your heart,
I would
I know.
fight. I would
I know.
fight.
I said yes because I think there are a lot of options,
Yeah,
especially
there's a lot
if
of options.
if Rare happens to bring back one of their old franchises. Like a lot of them, just would be no. I mean, like that would count.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that this is sitting in the third-party section when it could technically happen for anyone.
Yes.
Nintendo,
Yes,
Microsoft,
anyone.
Sony.
Absolutely.
So, honestly, it's a toss-up, and it really looks like it's a toss-up. We're split down the middle. I just said no because when I think revealed, I think big announcement.
Oh well,
Killer Instinct, big announcement, Zombie U
Not
had its own
necessarily.
section. So I'm thinking, no, I don't think we're going to see a big announcement. there might be something off to the side that we don't see, on the floor or just like on the floor, and it's like, hey, it's this new part in this series that was out. That would get it would be revealed, but I wouldn't feel like it was super revealed.
Maybe.
I mean, it'd still count though. So.
Or would
Yeah.
it?
I just feel like it's the safe bet, but I think if it does, it'll be from Rare, like Perfect
Yeah.
Dark or Conquer or some shit.
I mean,
like we don't even think
I
about.
didn't really even think of Perfect Dark. So
I put yes for the old franchise from Rare. So like,
Kinda figures, yeah.
anything from that would work. If Last Guardian shows up, that would work.
Would it? Shadow of the Colossus was 2005.
I thought it was 2000.
No, I think it's 2005.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was 2004.
I think it's 5.
well, if you want
I
to,
mean-
I mean, the last title was released 10 years ago, but if the release date, if it's 9 years, but the release date is past 10 years, I think we can count it.
No. That's not what the point of the question is.
I think it is.
But
yeah, I mean, Half-Life was in November. If you don't count Episode 1 and 2,
When was
just
Kingdom out?
just consider those DLC.
yeah, right.